So we're here to talk about our first full moon in 2022. The first full moon in 2022 is in Cancer and is happening on the 17th, 6:48 p.m. Eastern Time, and is going to be on 18, 7:48 a.m. Hong Kong time. So adjust the time and date where depending where you are. Full moon in Cancer is happening at the 27th degree of Cancer, and the moon is also Cancer's ruler, so it's at his home, it's comfortable, and 27 degree is at the very end of the Cancer, the zodiac. So it's wrapping up the journey in Cancer, and it can be quite powerful because it's towards the end of the zodiac sign, so the energy can be very intense. So Cancer is actually at the bottom of the chart, so it is at the lowest part of the chart. So it rules our home, our root, our ancestral root, ancient knowledge, where we feel nurtured, and it's also about our inner world, our home within ourselves, right? So it can be a more private part for within us. And while so full moon is when the sun and the moon is opposite of each other. So while the moon is at the 27th degree of Cancer, the sun is opposite at the 27th degree of Capricorn. And right when that full moon is happening, Pluto is right next to the sun, conjuncting the sun. So that's why I said the Cancer full moon can be very, very extra emotional. And if you've been already feeling that, it's totally normal, because even though I tell you the time and date where the full moon is at its peak, the energy is fluid, energy flows. So you probably have been feeling it already, and you continue to feel afterwards for the next few days, because the energy moves through, it peaks and then it fades out to the next phase of the moon until the new moon. Pluto conjuncting the sun during that Cancer full moon, it can feel like light is being shed on our emotions, on something that needs our attention. It can be feelings, emotions, and it can be deep down within us about certain things or areas in our life that maybe we have been avoiding or is hidden. Now that light comes in, the moon shed lights on those areas for us to really face it, to work on it, and to transform it. And this full moon in Cancer can also make us a little bit extra tired, exhausted, emotional, maybe even defensive, because maybe we know that we have to deal with some things and face some emotions or feeling that's been coming up, that's been brewing, or maybe it's something that we've been avoiding, trying to not look at it, but we have to. And it can be scary, it can be fearful, and it can be very uncomfortable, and we might tend to be like that Cancer crab and want to just retreat, hide, or even escape. We don't want to deal with it. And so there's this push and pull dynamic going on, because Pluto is that planet that wants you to really go deep and face it, even though it might be hard and difficult, but it is the way for us to really transform so that we can grow, we can evolve, we can purge, and we don't keep all this emotions, feelings, things that we actually really have to deal with to let it trap ourselves. So if you're feeling that recently, or you might be feeling that, it is totally okay. Just know that you are allowed to feel all the feelings or emotions that comes up. They're all valid. They're all here to give you messages and let you know that you're not alone. Everyone might be feeling it. So don't be fearful. They are your emotions, and give them love, which is giving yourself love and grace to just sit with them, to embrace them and honor them, and so that you can move through them and process them in the best way possible and move forward. And during this time, Mercury is retrograde in Aquarius and is conjuncting Saturn and squaring Uranus. So what does that aspect mean? That that can be us receiving information, communication. It can be from outside or within. It can be discovery, revelations, aha moments within ourselves that we finally know how to look at what we have to face. Maybe we will see and discover or notice what's true to us and what's not true to us, and how we want to process all this information to deal with the emotions or feelings that comes up in whatever areas in our life. Everyone is going through it differently. Everyone have their own story that they're having in their life. So see what that comes up for you and which area that is for you. And also, Venus is still retrograding in Capricorn, so whatever emotions, feelings that come up for you to work with, it can be Venus root things, which I've been talking about it already. It can be, your relationships, or even the one with yourself. And it can be money matters. It can be things that brings you joy and makes you feel happy, your values. So those are the things that can come up for you to work with as well. So this Cancer full moon can really be uncomfortable for some of us, and we might really feel extra emotional, and we might feel certain feelings that is hard to process or face. So really just take some time, take a break for yourself, to do some self-care and self-love practice for yourself. If you feel the need to be alone to process them, by all means find that for yourself. Also, with so many planets in Capricorn, and with Venus and Mercury retrograding, which are our personal planets, so there might be stories, things that are really up and personal that we're working with that can really bring up some heavy emotions. So remember to know that, to give love to yourself, and know that sometimes things are out of our control. We can only control ourselves. So take care of yourself, your emotions, honor them, and know that even though it can be hard, but for us to avoid and suppress them is even worse. So be brave. I know it's easier said than done. I've been there, but be brave. Give yourself grace and embrace it and work with it, honor them, and let those emotions move through you. And don't deny it. Don't deny yourself to feel all those emotions. And with Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces, which are some expensive energies, I feel like it can help us to move through the heaviness or emotions that we might we might be experiencing during this full moon as well. So tune into your creativity, your imagination, let yourself dream a little bit, take a break, and remember all those self-care practices, even spiritual self-cares if you have, and even just have a good cry. Why are we so scared to cry? If you have to hide and cry, do that. But I always think crying is such a powerful and good release method that everyone should embrace it. There's no need to feel shame or insecure or fear around expressing your emotions. And if you feel like you need emotional support, remember to talk to a close friend or whoever that can give you some comfort and support during that time. Communicate your needs, your emotions, your feelings. If you don't open your mouth, nobody knows what you're thinking and feeling, because no one knows ourselves better than ourselves. And if we want our feelings and needs to be known, to be nurtured, to be understand or just heard, we need to open our mouth and communicate, right? So, and since Mercury is retrograding, so really just be honest and communicate clearly so that there's no misunderstanding as well. So pay attention to that. And it is also important to really just fill your cup and to see what's your needs, what nurture you. It can be simply just wrapping yourself with a blanket and have a good cry. It can be having that hot cocoa, because in the northern hemisphere it's winter right now and it gets dark earlier, and it can really bring up that emotional sense easier. So maybe all you need is just a blanket around you and to have a good cry. Do that. I do that, and I'm not scared to admit it. Who cares, right? Whatever floats your boat. Fill your cup first. Maybe it can be just having that hot cocoa, or maybe it is about having a conversation or talk with somebody. It can be movement. Maybe go have a good run and let it all out. Maybe it's dancing and lose your mind in the dance and just dance crazily and just move your body, move those energies. It can be writing it all out. Maybe it can be something quiet. Some people find it best when they just sit still and meditate and let all those feelings, emotion flow through them through meditations. So see what is that for you, and take care of yourself. During this full moon, the moon is sextiling North Node in Taurus, and Sun and Pluto are trining the North Node at the same time to create that aspect. So this energy for me is inviting us to come back to the basics, to ourselves, to our own home. Cancer is our inner world as well. So it's coming back to ourselves. Maybe all this intense energy, emotions that we're feeling and that's being brought up for us to face and process aren't that bad. It's actually what we need to help us know what it means to live a meaningful life. And it is going to mean different to everybody. And maybe it's not as complicated as we think. Maybe we have been avoiding it because we're scared and fearful, but once we really face them, maybe it's not as complicated at all. Maybe it's easier than what you think. So also know that with what's been happening around the world for the past 18 months, you're still breathing and living. Isn't that the best gift that you're having right now? So just honor those feelings that comes up for you, and honor them, process them, so that through those emotions and feelings you can maybe better understanding yourself, what you truly want, and how you can move forward in life. And personally, I feel like when I think of emotions, I think back to us as a baby when we first came into this world. Emotions is the first thing we know when we come out from our mother's womb, which is also what Cancer's rule is. Cancer rules the breast and the stomach, the womb, and it's also about our home. So that's at the first home for all of us is our mother's womb. When we come out in this world, the first thing we did was crying, which is an emotion. And the only way we know how to communicate when we were a baby is through emotions. We cry when we're hungry, or we laugh when someone was playing with us, things like that. So that is how we truly express ourselves, is through our communications, through our emotions. But as we grow up, we start to learn a lot of things, we absorb a lot of things, whether it is from our parents, our siblings, our culture, school, teachers, and as we move on, we learn more from our jobs, our partners, our friends, the society, and we absorb more and more. And the society's norms, or some of us is for our cultures, that all these stereotypes, all this limiting beliefs and standard taught us to not to show ourselves, our emotions so easily. Maybe it is a bad thing to show our emotions. We need to be professional when we're working, and when we're in certain situation or position, that we are not allowed, or it is not a good thing for us to express our emotions or to feel our emotions. So as an adult, we kind of forgot about that, and we start to build walls around that, and we even deny ourselves to feel the emotions, and we start to suppress them, and it lead us to depression, it lead us to other stuff, right? Even for some people it led to suicides. So emotions are such powerful things that it can really create a lot of good and bad things when we don't know how to process them. So I feel like this Cancer full moon is here to remind us, to invite us to come back to our own home, our own emotions, to remind us, do not suppress those emotions. Do not avoid those emotions. Yes, it's hard. It can be scary, but not knowing how to face them, to embrace them, to deal with them is gonna lead to something worse. So don't be fearful. There's a saying, fear, be scared, but do it anyway, right? So this is what I feel like. It is come back to our own home, our own emotion, to truly give ourselves that space and time to really feel what we're feeling. We're so busy with our daily lives, constantly on the go mode. We forgot how to feel sometimes, and we're scared to feel sometimes. Why do we do that? We're only here for a short time, so live your life to the fullest. Feel everything you are meant to feel, and learn lessons throughout them. And I know I might be repeating myself, but I feel like we're just all spiritual beings, wearing a human skin suit here, having a human experience this lifetime. And with the limited time you have here on this earth, this lifetime, what do you truly want? How do you really feel? What fills your cup? As we grow older, we need to unlearn a lot of things, and we need to remind our ego minds and our limiting beliefs to not hold us back from all the feelings, emotions that we just humanly have within ourselves. So, what the hell do you really want? What do you truly love? What brings you joy? And what fills your cup? Do that. Life is short. So, go fill your cup in this full moon in Cancer, and I'm wishing you all happy full moon. Hi everyone. So here we're doing a full moon in Cancer reading for the collective. Let's see what is the collective message regarding this full moon in Cancer. What is this full moon Cancer bringing in for us? All the cards have been shuffled and meditated already. And this is a general reading, so it will not resonate with everyone. So take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And feel free to contact me if you want a private reading. All the information is in the description box. Let's begin. What does the collective need to know? What is the full moon in Cancer message for the collective? So this Cancer and full moon, this full moon in Cancer, oh my god, what am I saying? Okay, so I see couple different scenarios coming up for the collective during this full moon in Cancer. For some of us, it might be really being honest with your emotions, with your feelings, and it can be about it can be about what you truly love to do. For some of us, it is about your passion, your creativity. It can be about a creative project that you've been wanting to do but scared to do, and feel like you're not ready, you're not good enough, you're blah 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 blah, and you have been wanting but also fearing. And this full moon in Cancer is really shining that light on you, waking you up. It's like, go do it. This is what you want to do. Then do it. This is your dream, your passion, your creativity, your creative project. Maybe it's something you want to learn. Maybe you feel like, oh my god, it's too late to start, I'm too old, I'm not good enough, there's too many competition, and you have all this limiting belief and self-talks that has been stopping you. No more. This full moon in Cancer is telling you, stop saying that to yourself. It is time, even if it's just a tiny small step forward. It is time to move towards, to achieve, to chase after your dream, to start that creative project, to go after what you want, that thing that makes your heart sings, that truly lights you up, that fills your cup, that brings you joy. Maybe this Venus retrograde is really having you to think, what is it that you truly value and want in life, want to do in life? Again, I feel like I'm sounding like a broken record. Venus retrograde is really having us in the fields, really thinking, re-evaluating everything that we values, we love. And for some of us, it is really starting that creative project within, that fire that's within you, that's like burning, yearning, and like screaming at you. So this full moon in Cancer is really illuminating that area to ask you, it is time. It is time to start taking that first step towards your dream, what you want to do. And for some of us, it is you walk away from something you want and you are regretting. And ever since, maybe it is very similar. Maybe it is denying yourself from what you truly want because you do not believe it, or you are fearing, and you are scared. Some people can be scared of success, you know, self-sabotaging, scared that, oh, what if it really work out? If it really work out, it can also means I can lose it. Maybe I should just not do it so that I won't lose it, right? It will not bring me disappointment if it not work out. Maybe it is you denying yourself from a relationship or a job that you really want, or starting that creative project that you really want because you are so scared of failing. And this full moon is here to reminding you to come back to yourself, to know that even though there might be challenges ahead of you, that the road to success might not be easy, that it is not negotiable for you to walk out of it again, because maybe you see signs, synchronicity, dreams, or people, your friends, people around you actually let you know that, hey, I think you should really rethink that, you know, regarding whatever it is in your life that you once gave up on. And maybe this week you really, as I said, during this full moon in Cancer, we have also other aspects, right, going on. It's not just the full moon in Cancer, but around that same time, Uranus also go direct. So maybe this is the time where that Cancer full moon illuminates on that side of you, that area of you, and you really gain a second chance to look again. Hey, maybe this is what I really want to do. Yes, it might not be easy, but you know what? I'm going for it. So for some of you, I can see that storyline playing out in your life. And for another group of you, it is about wanting something in your life, to regain some sort of balance within a finance situation, or regarding to a certain area in your life. This week, you might receive some information, or it is you yourself knowing an area in your life that's out of balance and the need of restoring that balance. And it can be regarding to health. Actually, I see that is playing out in here. Maybe maybe for some of you is you fell out of the wagon of your routines or your diet or whatever that you've been doing. And this week you have that revelation of, oh no, it is time to maybe you have been slacking off on, you know, it can be anything. It can be you snoozing too much. It can be you not eating the right thing for yourself, not taking care of your body. It can be you not taking care of your finance, spending way too much while we have all these holidays that we just experienced, right? And for some of us, Chinese New Year's is coming up, and you might be finding yourself spending too much money. Now you have to gain balance, to take stock, to look at all those receipts, to maybe see how you have to come up with a better financial plan for yourself. Maybe it's time to not spending so much. And for some of you, it is, yes, it is regarding to money, your spending, which is also the Venus retrograde story, right? Looking at money matters, your relationship you have with money and your personal finance. And for some of you, it can be regarding to a relationship. It can be friendship or romantic, that you might be reaching out to restore or to restore the balance within a friendship, relationship, family dynamics, whatever it is for you. It's regarding to a relationship that you have that is out of balance, that is not, you know, on the equal side. And this week you're reaching out to communicate that, to see if you guys can mend it. So yeah, because it's a collective reading, so I'm reading a lot of different scenarios and stories because we're all going through different things, right? So let's see what else do we have for the collective. Oh my God. Fine, I'll take them. I was just asking for 1, 2 cards. And the whole deck fell out. Fine, we'll take it. Why not? Let's see, how can I do this? Okay. Okay, we'll leave this here first. So we have know your worth, assess the situation. And I see a lot of greens. Both of these cards have a lot of greens, which is our heart chakra, which is really tuning back into our heart space. This Cancer full moon is really asking us to come back to our heart space. See a lot of greens here too. It's really about coming back to yourself. Know your worth. Know what you truly want in your life, and really face those emotions. Of course, you know, assess the situation. Sometimes what we want to communicate, the other person might not be on the same page or ready to listen. So do be gentle with your words. And here we have a bunch of cards. Oh, I saw some repeating cards, oh my god, from the weekly reading. So it really resonates because, you know, it's the same week, the energies are very similar. And I think these two cards came out in the weekly readings. Be fearless and bold. Trust in divine detours. So it's asking us again, really, this full moon Cancer is asking us to be brave, to really look within ourselves, to face the emotions, and trust that we are not alone. Older Spirit, you are not alone. We're all in this together, and we can overcome any obstacles. And like I mentioned earlier, sometimes our own obstacle is ourselves, right? We're blocking our own ways to what we truly want, with our limiting beliefs, with our fears, our insecurity, and sometimes we missed out on things in life, right? So know that freedom is yours. You can choose what you want to do, whether you want to face your emotion or not, your feelings or not, whether you want to go for what you want or not. We're not here to force you. You have free will, right? I'm not forcing you because the reading asked you to do it, you have to do it. No. You are your own authors of your life. Who am I to tell you what you have to do, right? But the cards are saying that you are not alone, and you can be fearless and overcome any obstacles if you want. The freedom is yours, it's your choice. And know that what we want sometimes is not what the universe have planned in for us. So trust that everything that happen is for our highest good. And I see repeating numbers here too. 33 breaks down to 6. 42 breaks down to 6 again. And 6 is, we're in the 6th year, 2022. 6 is also about finding the balance and harmony within ourselves, right? So, and then 50 breaks down to 5, change. If you want change, it is up to you, right? And 16 breaks down to 7, which is being in your spiritual self, trust the divine, connecting with your spiritual self, your inner world, to really face those feelings. 4 is about your own foundation, coming back to yourself again, right? And the last card here we have from the Work Your Light deck, the Great Gathering, is all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribes. So again, Cancer is quite a spiritual sign, and it is asking us, this full moon in Cancer, also to come back into our heart space, to connect with ourselves, to listen to our heart, our intuition, and to know that it is leading to what we truly want when we can tune back into our own heart space to listen to our intuition, right? So I'm just going to read the oracle message from the guidebook for you as well. The Great Gathering is all coming together. Intuitive hits, soul tribe. You are being called to let your intuition move you physically. You are connecting to a group of souls who are weaving a web around the planet. And as you travel and share your creation, something is rethread. This card is an acknowledgement that you are either being called to connect with others who are like you at a soul level, or that you already are. You are being called to gather groups of people, either by leading them or being part of a group that can support you and your soul's personal mission. You are part of a group of souls who agree to be here at this time in this history to heal yourself, your ancestral line, and the planet, to raise consciousness so that we can continue to call this magnificent place home for eras to come. one of many conscious choosing to devote your life to something greater than yourself. It's time to call in your tribe by sharing your soul's voice and letting yourself be seen. When you share what is real and true to you, and you share the medicine you most need, those who are like you will gather around you. You are your tribe. They are just like you. And just as you are longing and searching for them, they are longing and searching for you too. So for some of us, it is connecting with our spiritual side. Know that we're not alone. Know that we're not the only one that's feeling this soul mission within ourselves, to know that if we can communicate, we can find our tribe, that we're not alone in this journey. And as an individual level also, trust your intuition. Let it guide you to what you truly want to communicate in any areas of your life, right? So I hope this reading resonates. Feel free to comment, leave me a message, and I'm sending you lots of love. Happy full moon. Bye.